Well, the new album is called How Things Are, and about every 2 or 3 years rolls around to doing a new album. Sometimes I start off with a story for the record, and if you know my albums, there's 11 now. This is the 11th one, and you can pretty much work out my autobiography through the albums. How Things Are starts off with a very loud rock song called Drifting, which is really about losing your way and just like drifting in cars around the world, like skidding in and out of the danger zone. And it kind of starts off from there. It starts off where the last one ended up, which is called Songwriter, and it just takes it from there, really. Huge thing happened in my life that I've been married for a very long time, and that marriage ended. And I've always tried to make something beautiful out of something tough. From growing up in Belfast, where there was the chaos of violence and, you know, full-on terrorist war outside our house, and my mother and father really encouraged me to just be as artistic as possible, to make beautiful things in the middle of this chaos. And I kind of think it's linked together with writing this kind of record. But I do have a very old and good friend who first invited me to Australia, and that's Tim Finn, who people would know through his amazing songwriting in Split Ends and Crowded House. And Tim came to Melbourne in that very rough first period of time, and we talked man to man. He's a very sympathetic person and always sees everything in a very poetic light as well. And he just came up bang with the first line of this song, and just like we used to, because we've written lots of songs together. And again, it was the kind of way out of that feeling, I'm just waiting for something else big to happen, and right now All It Does Is Rain. All It Does Is Rain is one of the first tracks that Sebastian and I did together, where he'd play drums and I'd sing, and I'd put all the stuff, overdub everything on top of it. But we had a series of regular sessions where we'd record together, and it was a real bonding experience, and just a joy to have your son playing drums with you. It's a very deep experience. It was wonderful. I've got a studio up on the hill. I've recorded lots of other people there, and I've recorded my songs like in writing form, but I've never done a record totally produced at home and recorded at home. But it's natural to do it at home. I mean, of course, everybody records at home now. We are the means of production now. It's like musicians do everything. You have to produce the records, write the songs, record them. And the man who mixed the record, who's mixed quite a few of my other albums, Boy 40, GarageBand. He mixed the Alt album, which is the one which Tim Finn and I did together. Simon Polinsky. I think that albums which are thematically linked are really strong, and if you grew up listening to the Beatles and Bob Dylan, and even like David Gray's album White Ladder is fantastic. It's about a similar topic. Blood on the Tracks is, and there's some great records like that. I mean, I'm a bit old-fashioned when I start writing records. I really think you should have a theme, and I think you should in one way write to the theme, or else hopefully if you write 30 songs, which is kind of what I did, and I picked out the ones which would tell the story. But that collection of songs grew and developed over a couple of years really, and it kind of became my way out to see the way my life was going to go from then onwards. Give me something I can dream about. I played everything, and Seb played drums, and a girl called Dominique Forster came in, and she played this beautiful string arrangements. I'd written string arrangements, but I can't. I gave up violin when I was about 9, and I couldn't play the violin on a record to save my life. So she took the ideas of the string arrangements and made them into something beautiful. I always thought I knew all about my band of gold. And really I got the title because eventually people would ask me about it. I didn't really talk to an awful lot of people about it. I'm very far from my close family and friends I've known for a long time. But people would ask, how are things? And this is the answer. This is how things are.
Things have changed. It seems all so long ago. We wrote the greatest